this love stops. Nobody knows. Boomerang, you send your love to me, and I send it right back to you. Boomerang, it's so plain to see, I know this much is true. You hit me with a loving that was oh so strong, there was nothing else I could do. Boomerang, you send your love to me, and I send it right back to you. Boomerang, you send your love to me, and I send it right back to you. Boomerang, you send your love to me, and I send it right back to you.
Cannot really argue with that. That is what we call around here a number one hit record by Ben Vaughn from the brand new record called Texas Road Trip. Ben, welcome back to WFMU. That is the greatest record ever made. This is a brand new record called Texas Road Trip. Before we get to it, I want to thank you because last year you gave us a track for our premium called More Super Hits of the 70s that we gave away to people who pledged to WFMU and to this radio program, and you did a great version of Hitchin' a Ride, out of the goodness of your heart. So I really want to take 1 second and stop you and just say thank you. Really just awesome. Yeah, that blew my mind.
Oh, well, thanks. I always loved that song, and then, when you mentioned the time period that you were looking for, I thought, wow, this is my opportunity to do this song and help you out at the same time. So I benefited as well. Like
I said, you found the song hiding inside the songs, sort of, just which is a great talent. All right, forget about that. That's old news, ancient history. Let's talk about Texas Road Trip, new record. Is there a way that this record could have been made in any other state?
Oh, no way. No way. Just the food that we ate during the session, would have made it impossible, anywhere else.
I was listening to it, when I first heard it, and I thought this is a good idea for a record, which is not necessarily important when making a record, but sometimes it is, and it's just a good idea. You got Augie Myers and these other guys whose names I don't recognize. Are they young guys or old guys?
Oh, they're all veterans. It's Sir Doug's band.
It really is.
Yeah, Mike Buck. Mike Buck's been playing drums. He was in Fabulous Thunderbirds on the first album, and he's been around.
Yeah, so, talk about Augie Myers. Not everybody knows. He was the Sir Douglas Quintet organist, and he's been in, he's sort of, that is his trademark, that sort of organ or accordion sort of thing. It's kind of like a Mexican feeling thing, but it's purely Texas, isn't it?
Well, he's from San Antonio, and the area between Austin and San Antonio was settled by German immigrants, and they brought the accordion and the polka with them, which of course they taught to Mexican people almost immediately. So there's a style down there of playing that is now traditional, but it's a very bizarre hybrid, and that's Tex-Mex for real. And Augie, the first time I heard the Sir Douglas Quintet, I was 11 years old. I was living in New Jersey, and I was just a fanatic for the British invasion. The Kinks, the Beatles, everybody. And then She's About a Mover came on the radio, which was a hit at that time, and it completely, I felt like I was abducted by aliens when I heard that song. And the organ part and the beat, the rhythm of that song, they became my favorite band. And Augie's organ had a whole lot to do with that. So in the back of my mind, my entire career, I've always thought about hooking up with Augie and playing some music. So this is like a dream come true for me.
Yeah, there is something just groovy about that. The vibe of that record. Yeah, it's a fantastic record. When you're with him, did you say how did you make that record? Did you get the story behind the recording?
Of She's About a Mover?
Yeah, because you're interested in how records are made, and you've produced records, and...
Oh, yeah, we had a lot of conversations about it. I talked to Doug Somm about it when he was still living, and I hung out with Huey Moe, who produced the record. So, I'm a fanatic for the Sir Douglas Quintet. It's beyond the pale, actually. I have friends who just shake their heads at how excited I am when I listen to their music. And I've seen Augie play, I don't know, with Doug probably somewhere between 30 and 40 times, in my life. And the story is they heard She's a Woman by the Beatles, and they realized that was similar to the beat that they were using down there for a lot of stuff in the clubs. And Doug wrote that song real fast, and they went in the studio and cut it. Augie cranked up the reverb on his amp, and a sound was born. And he's the only guy who really sounds like that. There are a lot of people who try to, but Augie is really the only guy. And there was a point in this when we were in the studio. We were cutting live, and I realized, oh my God, that's like the guy. It's like having Chuck Berry in your band playing Johnny B. Good or something. I couldn't believe. I mean, it's just such an original, amazing sound.
Yeah, it's great, and it just sounds great on your songs, like that one we just heard, Boomerang. Ben Vaughn is our guest. Texas Road Trip is the name of the new record. It's right now. It's out on Munster Records, a fantastic label from Spain. Is it? I already had a couple folks email me saying they're having a hard time getting their hands on a physical copy in a store. Is it going to come out more American?
That's the plan. Yeah. Right now, it is only available in Spain. I have a long association with Munster, and I recorded this record about 2 years ago, and I wasn't sure what to do with it in the current record business, as is such,
Lack of.
And Munster said, "Well, we want to put it out. Let's put it out, and then you can figure out what to do with it, elsewhere." So it just came out about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago.
Yeah, well, devoted folks can get their hands on it. I know that there's Munster-Records.com or Ben Vaughn. What's your website these days? The best website for you?
It's just benvaughn.com.
Ben Vaughn. And you host a radio show. You're a music producer. You've got what's your next iron in the fire?
I don't know. Actually, I'm living. The future is unknown for me. Which is a beautiful place to be. It doesn't scare me at all.
Sure. I heard that. Are you a great-grandfather? Is that right?
That is true.
That is
true. I am a newly minted great-grandfather.
That is unbelievable.
Yeah, my great-grandson's name is Kyler, but I call him Fritz. Which he's not old enough to tell me to stop yet, so I'm going to keep calling him Fritz.
It must be fun.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
The Texas Road Trip, the song Miss Me When I'm Gone is what I've got queued up here. Tell me about this song.
Oh, that song, Augie plays accordion on it, and I wanted to write a polka for him to show off, because I love the way he plays accordion. I mean, that's his other sound, it's amazing. And the song idea came to me. I was somewhere, in a coffee house or a bar or something, and somebody was singing a song about "You're Gonna Miss Me When I'm Gone," and I was thinking about, well, how about if the guy would miss himself? I thought that's a ridiculous idea for a song, and then it just stuck in my mind, and it all came out like I went out for a walk, and at the end of the walk, the song was completed in my head. It came real fast. When I played it for Augie, he fell down laughing, so we had to do it.
Had to. Yeah, number one hit. I want to remind folks that I interviewed Ben a couple of years ago, and if you go to WFMU.org/Michael, you can hear that interview, and we talked about your whole life during that time. So I think these two interviews together, if you want more information, head over there and check out the archive. It's just a fantastic song, and it fits so perfectly. It's such a good song that it sounds like it could have been a Sir Doug outtake song. It could be from that era.
Yeah, but written by Roger Miller.
Yeah, it was just a little bit of that left field situation. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. Ben Vaughn, it's always great to talk to you. You're always doing something interesting, and just new records really made me smile. So thanks.
Oh, good. That's the idea.
All right, we'll talk to you soon. Okay.
Okay. Take care.
I'm gonna miss me when I'm gone. Gonna miss the way we got along. Me and myself through right and wrong. I'm gonna miss me when I'm gone. I'm gonna miss me when I die. When I'm called up to the by and by. I'll miss the flowers and the trees. Most of all, I'm gonna miss me. I'm the best friend I ever had. I know to you that might seem sad, but over here it ain't no joke. miss me when I croak. When everything is said and done, I'll miss the world and all its fun. I'll miss the things I used to do, and I might even miss you too. Okay.